All right, everyone, welcome to day 3 of Unit 5. So we've been talking about a few things. Let's talk it out. So first we talked about, we talked about functions. So input and output, domain and range. Domain is the X, the range is the Y. Then yesterday we talked about independent and dependent. It's the same idea. Independent is the X, dependent is the Y. So what are you putting into something and what is your output? What are you putting into a sport and what is your output? Are you winning or losing games? Let's go. All right, same thing with dance or learning an instrument. What is the effort you're putting into it and what is the output? What is the result? All right, so discrete. Now we're going to be talking about different kinds of functions. Discrete, a function with points that are scattered or not connected. Okay, not connected. So I want you to think about like the number of tickets. It doesn't go together. You either get 1 ticket, 2 tickets, or 3 tickets. You can't buy half a football ticket to go to a Wolfpack game, okay? You have to buy a whole ticket compared to continuous that are connected. So think about like drops of water. It has to be connected. When you open up the sink, you can't pick out each droplet separately, okay? It all flows. Let's go. So the first one, yes, these are individual dots. This is discrete, okay? It is discrete. The second one is continuous. It has a flow. It's connected, y'all. And then the last one, discrete. Separate dots, the number of deposits. You can't make half a deposit. You make a full deposit, okay? Endangered species, it's a tiger. It's one distinct thing compared to continuous, where it flows like money. It can be, it's $4.22. It could be $4.50, right? Kind of has a flow. I don't know. We'll figure it out. All right, this next one. So the number of people attending a banquet, okay? This is discrete, okay? There is a certain amount of people. I can't pay half because my child eats half the food, okay? All right, the number of hours worked. You work during a shift, okay? So that would also be discrete. How many hours did you actually work? Okay, so discrete, a lot easier to explain. Continuous graphs are a little bit trickier because it's not as simple as to explain it. Okay. All right, so let's see if we can come up with some as we talk about it. There's no breaks or jumps. All righty. Okay, sorry, squirrel moment. Here we go. All right, Andrea receives a $40 gift card to use on iTunes. It costs her $2 per song to download. Remember that per song that we were talking about last time? Per song. La la la. The flat, what is the constant? It's 40, and we're minusing it because if you get $40, you'll subtract it every time you buy a song. Okay? So the function is, so the balance on the card, balance to the card is 40 minus 2s. So if I get 0 songs, I'm still going to have $40. What if I buy 1 song? I will have $38. What if I buy 2 songs? 36. 3 songs? 34. 4 songs? 30 down, right? 32. Okay, so every time I want to get a Swiftie song, it will cost me money. So the balance of 0 equals 40. The balance of 1, 38, etc., etc. All right, let's rock this. So what is the independent variable? The number of songs. That determines how much money you have left on your gift card. So songs are down here. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The side, let's go by 2s, y'all. We need to, maybe we should go by 6s. because we need to get to the number 40. So that's kind of saucy. So 0, 12s maybe? 12, 24, 36. Oh, then it's all going to be crunched. I don't know, y'all. What do you feel like? What do you feel like doing? We can just jump. We can just leap until we get to number 30. That totally works for me. We're just going to go eat-on, eat-on. It's going to be a fun graph. Sorry, Costello. It's kind of funky. All right, so 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, and 40. So that little thing just says we have a leap in the situation. So 40, 38, 36, and it's going to create that tier. Whoop. We're going to go by 2s each time. Beautiful. Is it discrete or continuous? Uh-oh. Robson should not have put them together. Can I buy half a Swiftie song? Nope, you got to buy the whole thing. So this is discrete, y'all. Okay, discrete. You have distinct numbers that are not decimals. Okay? Costs $2 per song, so the balance will never include values in between. All right, so there's no decimals. Okay? There are distinct points. It's not like opening up the water and filling up the pool, okay? That just flows. It's continuous. All right, what is domain and range? Well, what is your input? Your input is the number of songs you get. The output, the range, also known as the dependent, so domain is songs, the range is the balance. How much money do you have left on your gift card? Okay? Is it possible to have G32 -4? Can you have negative money on your balance? This is saying that you bought 32 songs and the balance on your card is 24. No, you cannot have a negative balance. Once you get to 0 on a balance, you are cut off. There's no more gift card, y'all. Okay? If you buy a printer for $80 and then pay $15 for each ink cartridge, here is the number we start with. So we are starting with 0. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. This was similar to what we had yesterday. The flat fee was $80. Each cartridge you buy is $15. Okay? So now we're going to plug in the number. So if we plug in 1, if we plug in 0, if we plug in 1, we're going to figure out each of these answers. You're plugging in to that n value. Okay? So if you wanted to write it out on the inside, you totally can. 15 times what plus 80. If that helps you out, rock it out. If it doesn't, life goes on. So multiplying and plugging in. So I'm plugging in 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm going to multiply first, and then I will add $80 because that is how much the printer costs. So 15 times 0 plus 80 is 80. And then I'm going to add 15 to that. So 80 plus 15 is 95. Add 15 to that, and that's 110. Add 15, and that is 125. Add 15, and that is 140. Okay, so let's make our graph. Let's go by 15s, and let's start at 80. So we're just going to, again, make that rivet. So 80, 95, because I'm just going to go up by 15s, so it's a really nice graph. 125, 140, 155, and there we go. We're going to start at 0 cartridges, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, again, it's distinct points. You're not going to buy half an ink cartridge, okay? You might use half an ink cartridge, but it's going to be, again, that discrete situation. So if I don't buy anything, I still have a printer for $80. Okay, here we go. Boop. Awesome. So my input is how many cartridges, my output is the total cost. Is this graph discrete or continuous? It is discrete. Okay, you can't have half an ink cartridge. Okay, so the total amount, there's no decimal values again. All right, what is the domain and range? Okay, you tell me what the domain and range is. What is the input? What are you paying for? The cartridges. What is the output? The total cost. What is the limitation? Well, the cartridges are going to go 0 to whatever amount you're going to have. There's not going to be negatives. Your total cost is going to start at 80 and it's going to go up because your flat fee is 80 bucks. Okay? Your last one, I don't know if I talked about limitations, sorry. The songs, well, you start at 0 songs and it goes up. The balance, your starting balance is $40 and then it goes down from there. So 40 and then decreases from there. Okay, so is the numbers going up? So in your songs one, the numbers were going down. It was a negative slope because you're subtracting 2 each time. And then the cartridges, your amount is going up. So it's going to start at 80 and then it's going to increase from there. Which variable would you change if the price of cartridges increased by 15? What if the printer was 90? Okay, so if the cartridges changed, I would have to change that slope value. So the slope value would go from 15 to 20. So if that increased by 5. The second one, if the printer started at 90, that would be the constant. So you would change the starting point. So what is your starting point compared to what is your slope? Just like we've been doing before. Your starting point was 80 on here. Okay? If you change that, it would start at 90 and then you would still increase by 15. If the second number changed, that means that your slope would change. So it would increase in increments of 20. Okay? So pretty tricky concepts. You guys are rocking it. Have a great day.